I would have spent an awful lot of time in the past changing frequencies, adding extra kit, adding hardwired microphones in order to kind of get around RF issues. I just don't have RF issues anymore. We do a mixture of news, current affairs, sports, entertainment. The majority would be studio-based. There are occasions that we'll do outside broadcasts as well, yeah. We had analogue radio mics before across all 3 studios. We had a lot of problems. We would regularly deal with interference. We would regularly have to jump onto sets with wired mics. What we really needed to do was look at something that was wideband, something that essentially would give us the power to be able to move in any direction.
We had a good look at the existing system that was there, and we were quite familiar with the problems that they were having. We had that in mind when we were bringing the system in. We prepped the demo racks as they needed to be and support them in any way we could to try and give them the best experience of the system.
We needed something that was really durable, but we also needed something that we could trust in an RF environment.
The DWX was the system to choose for this opportunity. We then sat down with Virgin and said, what do you want it to do? From that, decided on the specification list, the different zonings, the different transmitters, the different microphones. Me and Jason did that together, knowing both Carno's innate knowledge of the system and Jason with his local knowledge of how things are different in Ireland versus the UK, for example, in terms of frequency regulations. So between us, we put together the complete package.
Prior to that, all of the radio mics were completely analog and going straight into line level inputs on their system. So we installed a complete Dante network.
One of the things that was really important to us was to be able to actually monitor what's happening in a live scenario. So our battery levels, our RF levels, our QF levels, all those things are really important when you're sat behind a desk and not on the studio floor. It's great to be able to have all that information live.
There are 3 elements: RF reliability, physical reliability, and sound quality. You can't fault the Sony system on any of those 3 points. We knew that the DWX ticked all 3 boxes immediately.
There have been many, but the one big benefit we have found, the RF quality is far stronger to what we had in place beforehand. We rarely get dropouts. If we do get dropouts, we can also tell very quickly why. We can usually see if somebody has entered one of our RF zones and put on a transmitter on a similar frequency to us. That allows us to be able to manage the system far easier. There are a number of benefits to the DWX series, in particular in the belt pack. Before, we would have had AA batteries. If you can't see what your battery level is at, you're always unsure. Whereas now, the lithium-ion inbuilt battery that's part of the actual pack, the whole pack just slits into a charger itself, and when it comes off fully charged, it's got 6 hours, and you can see it on the user interface the whole time.
All the feedback we've had on the Sony kit has been overwhelmingly positive.
On day 1, they said it was like lifting a cloth off your ears. It sounded infinitely better than it did previously.
The audio quality from the mics themselves was far superior to what we'd had. People outside of the sound department commented very quickly on the sound quality that was coming from the new kit.